So we will let the record show that Rick Ogden, Patricia Bourgeois, and Laura Griggs were not present tonight. That's here.
Okay. The ethics statement. As part of the reform governance in action work that the board and leadership in the district has gone through, the board adopted an ethics statement that affirms our commitment to ethical conduct. The statement is, the Board of Trustees is committed to and shall perform its duties ethically and according to our core beliefs. We will model the highest standards of conduct. We will ensure that no personal value system or personal goal interferes with our duty as public servants. The public interest shall be the principle which guides the board in its deliberations and decisions.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia. Want to extend a warm welcome to all our visitors tonight. We really do appreciate you coming out, showing an interest and joining us in the meeting tonight. The meeting is a way of us celebrating the achievements, reviewing information, and making policy decisions related to the effective operation of our school district. So thanks to everyone that is here tonight. I see we, as well as being present, if there's anyone who wishes to address the board or make comments, you do need to fill out one of the audience participation forms that is Dr. Tomey is holding up. And then please give it to us as soon as you fill it out. Give it to Ms. Roletta and she will pass it on to us.
I'm so sorry.
Now we have the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting of January the 12th. Item number 5 on the agenda, approval of minutes. Do I hear a motion?
Madam President, I move that the minutes for the regular meeting on January the 12th, 2016 be approved as printed.
I'll second that.
Thank you. We'll start the vote with Dr. Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Mead, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Franklin, yes.
Now we have the academic report portion of our meeting. Dr. Sarah Tomey will present that.
Good evening, Ms. Avalos, Dr. Danberg, Dr. Blanson, and members of the board. On Saturday, January 23rd, Aldine held the High School Science Engineering Fair. Students competed in 15 categories of science and engineering. A total of 26 projects are moving on to the Regional Science Fair at the University of Houston on February 26th through 28th. On Friday, January 29th, Aldine held the District History Fair. Students competed in 9 categories, both individually and as teams. A total of 97 projects and 212 students advanced to compete in the Regional History Fair on March the 3rd at the Aldine Staff Development Center. And on January 29th and 30th, Aldine's academic decathlon teams participated in the Regional Acadec competition in Bryan. The teams of 9 students each competed in 10 separate events, including essay writing, extemporaneous speaking, interviewing, and taking a variety of tests based on their studies of India this year. Many of our students received a first, second, or third place medal, with a total of 19 medals being awarded to Aldine students. Andrea Torres, a student at Davis High School, was the first medal winner, and she received a first place medal for her essay and another first place medal in the interview category. Bilal Marquez from Carver received a first place medal for his speech. Juan Herrera from MacArthur won a total of 4 medals. 1 first place, 2 second place, and a third place. And Andres Reyna, another student at MacArthur, won a total of 7 medals, 2 first place, 3 second place, and 2 third place. Mr. Reyna had the second highest overall points in the large school competition and third highest overall points for all students participating. This concludes the academic report for February 2016.
good leader. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a communication. Mr. Shanklin,
Madam President, on behalf of Mr. Griggs, who is the secretary of that, we have no correspondence to be read.
thank you. Next is a presentation of our program for tonight, and the introduction will be done by Abel Garza.
Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Bamberg and Dr. Blanson. We will begin tonight's recognitions with Robin DeRue, Executive Director of Transportation. Robin will announce her department's Employee of the Month.
President Avalos, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson. It's my great pleasure to Juanita Rodriguez, who's been with transportation for 23 years. She doesn't know it, but she's driven my kids, my three boys, when they were in school in the district. She is a great leader. She takes care of her kids. Her kids have written her letters over the past month or so to let her know how much they love her. And I just want everybody to know that she is a great asset to the transportation department. Juanita?
Thank you.
Thank you for your dedication.
Thank you, ma'am.
Continuing. Dana Sheffield, Executive Director of Child Nutrition Services, will now announce her Team of the Month. Dana.
Good evening. Child Nutrition is pleased to announce its Team of the Month for January. About face. McGrill Elementary. Let me introduce McGrill Elementary. This great team has many qualities that contribute to their success. First and foremost, their priority is to always meet the needs of students and accommodate the school in any way possible. This attribute was recently communicated to the Child Nutrition Department by an assistant principal. Actually, I was on my way out of McGrill one day after visiting the cafeteria, and one of the assistant principals stopped me to say what a wonderful job that this cafeteria staff did for the students and for the school. The staff consistently works to provide meals that meet quality standards, are appealing to students, and partnered with outstanding customer service. Regardless of the student population, they are able to meet the needs of students and remain successful. Monthly nutrition promotions continually appear above and beyond requirements and expectations. It is common to see beautiful displays that exhibit messages and examples of a specific nutrition message. Manager Susan Belton, wave your hand, Susan, leads this team with a calm yet focused style. She is highly visible and respects each of her staff. Specialists include Nancy Fogel, Delia Griffin, Sandra Metcalf, Brenda Wynn, Shirley Richardson, Marcella Soto, and Quinn Williams. Congratulations.
Thank you, ladies.
All right. Emmett Rock, Executive Director of Building and Properties, will present the Building of the Month. Emmett.
Ms. Avalos, members of the board, Dr. Bamberg and Dr. Branson, it is always my pleasure, likewise this particular month, as we recognize the staff of Davis ninth grade. Francisco Bernal, standing to my right, has 30 years of experience, of which 9 of those were a regular custodian and 22 as a head custodian. So that in itself deserves a round of applause. Ms. Kirk, Francisco, it is my pleasure to congratulate you for being selected for Building of the Month for February 2016. Continue the good work, and when you don't see me in the building, that means you're doing a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Our next presentation is Stacy Smith, Program Director of Resource Development. Stacy will present a number of grants the district has received.
Good evening, President Avalos, board members, Dr. Blanson, Dr. Bamberg, administrative leadership, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to report on recent grant awards. Will Christine Wassenhove, principal of Stellick Intermediate, and Heather O'Neill please come forward? Get Fit and Stay Fit is the plan for students at Stellick. With new floor mats, the students will be getting into shape for 2016. This grant was funded through Donors Choose, and the amount of this award is $929. Congratulations. Thank you. Will Brandon Carroll, principal of Rayford Intermediate, and Corey Jesse please join me? You're the guest of honor. Guest of honor. We know that good nutrition and physical activity play a key role in cultivating strong minds and bodies. The Fuel Up to Play 60 grant will provide equipment for soccer and baseball equipment for a paved play area. The grant will also provide breakfast on the go cart to accommodate students who arrive after breakfast has ended. This grant was funded by Dairy Max, and the amount of this award is $2,200. Will Sandra Doria, principal of Thompson Elementary, and Callie Droll, and then Marcus Pruitt, principal of Aldine Middle School, and Shamika Richardson, please come forward. Thompson first graders will be traveling to the Museum of Natural Science to learn about animal adaptations to their habitats, bringing science book lessons to life. Aldine Middle School students will be traveling to the Museum of Natural Science also. The 7th graders will explore biodiversity with various biomes, and 8th graders will study organic chemistry compounds and balancing equations. These grants were funded by Target. Each campus is receiving a $700 grant for a total amount of $1,400. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Will Cheryl Fontenot, principal of Jones Elementary, and Lucretia Brown, Alta Mosby, and Candace Thomas please come forward? Okay, we're glad you're here. Lucretia, Alta, and Candace received a combination of Pets in the Classroom grants and Donors Choose grants. These awards, the awarded funds provided programs for multiple reading and math programs, and only 3 were awarded for classroom pets, so please don't be alarmed. However, I wanted to mention that it was Miss Brown that couldn't be here today because her pet from the classroom needed to go to the vet. So we're hoping that the pet's okay. But the combination of all these grants was $3,839. Congratulations.
I'm curious, what are the pets?
Oh, would you tell? Oh, there's 2 leopard geckos in my math classroom and a guinea pig in Miss Brown's classroom. He had to get his nails cut. So he's at the vet to get his nails cut. And they just left. So yes.
And I have a stack. All these certificates belong to these 3 teachers. Yes. So okay. Share some with this. Congratulations, Steve. Will LaDon Ward, principal of Conley Elementary, and LaShawn Hodge please come forward? Ms. Hodge helped to coordinate a partnership with ExxonMobil volunteer Kenya Reeves. Ms. Reeves taught several 3rd and 4th grade math classes and also taught at the Family Math Night. From that partnership, Conley received a grant to provide materials to enhance math and STEM instruction. The grant was funded by ExxonMobil and the total amount awarded was $500. Next, we have Raymond Stubblefield, principal of Smith Academy, and Monica Donaldson. Please come forward. We emailed a lot, but we only met in person today. Sorry. Smith Academy received a grant from best-selling author James Patterson to support its school library. In addition, Scholastic Reading Club will match each dollar of Patterson's donation with bonus points that teachers can use to acquire books and other materials for their classroom. Smith Academy was selected from 27,924 applications, and only 467 schools were selected nationwide. The amount of this award is $5,000. Congratulations. Will Gina Morrison Adams, principal of Reed Academy, and Cedric Stewart please come forward? Schools do more than keep students safe from harm. They provide an environment to learn and thrive. Improving security features such as a new identification badge maker, surveillance cameras, and a new monitor will enhance the current system and provide a live feed video from anywhere in the building to monitor the safety cameras. This grant was funded by Lowe's, and the total amount of this award is $5,000. And will Phyllis Cormier, principal of Victory Early College High School, and Lynn Del Monte please come forward? Victory Early College physics teacher, Miss Lynn Del Monte right here, has received a grant funded by Chevron. The grant will provide funds for the YES Club, which is Young Engineers and Scientists Club. The club provides students with the opportunity to explore different fields in engineering and design, build, and test their projects. And examples are a cannon, simple circuits, and robotics. Recently, their robotics team won second place at the Space Center competition. So this grant was funded by Chevron, and the amount of this award is $5,000. And I'm proud to say that tonight's total is $24,598. Thank you.
Tonight's program will be presented by Candace Moore, Executive Director of Student Services. We're going to take a couple of minutes to set up.
President Avalos, members of the board, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson. Recently, Franklin Higgins referred to student services as the heart of the district. I like that, not because we are the most important, but like the heartbeat, if we are performing well, we kind of go unnoticed, enabling other organs or organizations to do their job more easily. Our main duty is to manage, train, and support the student information system. 25 years ago, we stored data on the mainframe at Region 4. Elementary registrars had 45 minutes a day to maintain all of their records over a phone line. Middle and high schools had more terminals and brought us data on tape. Times changed. We moved to a DOS program, SASE 3, and then to a Windows version, SASE XP. In 2010, we transitioned to the web with SMS, and currently are converting to eSchool Plus. With each change, we added functionality. Attendance and grade reporting have migrated from pencils and paper to bubbling to online. We have gone from a few people having access to over 7,500. Along the way, parents have also gained access to their children's records. We have over 21,000 students whose parents contract missing or failing grades, absences, and discipline incidences. We collect and store more data every year based on federal and state mandates along with district needs. Additionally, we now link with over 30 other applications. For example, transportation, library, child nutrition, and textbook companies so that students can catch a bus, read a book, eat lunch, and access online resources. Making all of this work is a team effort of providing training, documentation, and support. We write reports, fulfill data requests, and keep the database humming, hopefully all without missing a heartbeat. Our other large area of responsibilities is state and federal reporting. We submit PEAMS reports to TEA 4 times a year. Submission includes data from student, finance, and HR systems. TEA uses these reports to fund districts and to analyze programs. PEAMS, too, has changed over the years, adding more and more data elements and keeping up with technology. Originally, twice a year, we gave buildings copies of their data on green bar paper, with the directions of writing corrections on the green bar. Then, our 2 part-time, temporary, clerical staff would key in changes. Today, our goal is to have accurate data in the system at all times. The buildings clearly understand they own the data and are committed to maintaining it. To assist with this, Certify scrubs our data every night to find anomalies. The system then emails those with possible errors. For example, if a student is coded as GT in English but gets scheduled into regular, the GT coordinator will get an email. Our biggest federal report is the biannual Office of Civil Rights data collection. The directions say a school can complete the report in 9 hours, but we do it for them. Our office, along with HR and finance, have developed processes to pull this data. Another area of responsibility is campus boundaries. Again, we have moved from pencils to software. We are able to give the cabinet better information for boundary changes, project students to their next year campus electronically, and print detailed maps. During a normal year, this keeps us busy. But this year is even busier. We are in the process of converting to eSchool Plus. Along with doing our regular jobs, we are learning the new software, converting data, working with tech services on hardware, building all the connections to those 30-plus software products, developing training documents, and training those 7,500 employees. This began yesterday with registrars learning how to enroll new students, and soon follows with next year's scheduling, all the way until teachers return and learn to take attendance using their new grade books. We have over 100 training sessions scheduled, plus teacher training done on campus by ITEX. So who does all of this? We are a team of 12 people, 7 professionals, all of whom are here, and 5 support staff, plus our supervisor, Ken Knippel. All 5 of our support staff are Aldine grads. Among the 12 of us, we have 322 years in education, 282 in Aldine, and 155 in student services. In 25 years, we have lost only 3 professionals. 1 retired, 1 moved departments, 1 moved back home. We have lost only 7 support staff. 2 retired, 1 became an Aldine teacher, 1 returned to campus, 3 left the district, but 2 came back. 1 returned to campus, and another returned to us. We love her story because when Nadine Gajawa became the executive director of Wright, she hired Loretta Smith away from us. When Wright closed its doors, Loretta came back. A couple more stories. Judy Duke came to Student Services in 1990 as a temporary, part-time employee. Eventually, she became full-time and went back to finish her degree. She soon was promoted to a director and now works with our registrars. Years ago, she was the one keying in those corrections from the green bar paper. Aurelia Muston came to us 19 years ago through the work-study program. When she graduated, we hired her full-time, introduced her to her husband, Dwayne, and they now have 3 children who are all Lean students. When I asked the department members what their favorite thing is about working in student services, several themes emerged. The people. We are family. We learn from each other. Knowing we make a difference. The diversity of the work. And then, in response to why we are so great, if not humble, our can-do attitude that we treat everyone the same, from a campus clerical staff to a cabinet member. That we hardly ever say no, we find a solution. That we work for the schools. We in Student Services truly feel that we make a difference by supporting our campuses so they have more time for students. We are proud of what we do and that we work for Aldine. So when you hear that quiet heartbeat, be confident that Student Services is functioning well, meeting the electronic record-keeping needs of our campuses.
Candace, would you introduce your department?
Yes, we are all here. You all stand up. This is Brian Spot. How many years have you been here?
Since 2003.
Since 2003. Andrea Schultz.
Oh dear, this is my 43rd year in Aldine.
Judy Duke, who is the temporary part-time person. Matt Jenkins, that we did steal from Tech Services. Dan Polchinski, who came to us from Region 4 back in 2000. And our newest member, Pamela Jefferson, who joined us a year ago yesterday. She came from the campus as an I-10.
You are truly the heartbeat because we could not function as a school district. So when those times come and they really highlight Aldine, it's due a lot to the work that your department does.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great job. Madam President, that completes my report.
The board has had the consent agenda items in their possession for study and discussed them at length in the study session last night. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to the consent agenda items to be voted on by the board tonight? If not, do I hear a motion regarding the consent agenda?
Ms. Avalos, I move that items A to Z on the consent agenda be approved with the exception of items T and X that have been withdrawn.
Madam President, I second that motion.
Okay. We'll begin the vote with Dr. Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Mead, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
Okay. Now it's the time for the report of the administrative staff. Dr. Bamberg, do you have any staff recognitions?
Yes, ma'am. We have several tonight. And we will start with Charles Becknell from Project Architect at Louisiana State University. And you get to stand so we can all see you, Mr. Becknell. He's coming from LSU Director of Facilities Planning and Construction to Director of Facilities Planning and Construction at the Annex. And he is a bachelor's degree in architecture from Louisiana State University, which he received in the year 2000. And he has had several jobs in Louisiana, came to Texas as fast as he could, but starting in the year 2000 working as a production architect, and then also project manager in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, a facilities project manager, or planner with Louisiana State Parks, and then of course most recently a project architect at Louisiana State University A&M in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And he's had that job for the last 3 years. So he has a total of 16 years of experience, and he will be beginning his first year of experience in Aldine ISD. And we'd like to welcome you. And did you
Thank
bring
you.
anyone to introduce to us tonight?
No, my family's still back home. We're still trying to sell our house, so
Okay.
we're still in transition.
Transition so they can come to your new home.
Yes.
Yes, that's very good. Well,
So
congratulations.
thank you very much.
And welcome to all.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We also have a staff recognition. Julie Gonzalez, did I say that correctly?
It's Gazalus.
Gonzalez, thank you very
close,
much.
yes.
She's coming from, as an assistant tax assessor collector in the Humboldt Independent School District to be our new tax assessor here in Aldine. And she brings with her years of experience in both Humboldt ISD and Spring Branch. She started in 2007 in Humboldt as an assistant tax assessor. Then they stole her over in Spring Branch in 2015, and now we're stealing her from Spring Branch. So she has a total of 9 years of experience, and now she's beginning her first year of experience in Aldine ISD. And did you bring someone to introduce to us tonight?
I did not. They all have extracurricular activities this evening,
Okay.
so I apologize.
Well, that's fine.
But they're here in spirit. So.
Very good. Well, welcome to Aldine,
you.
and congratulations. Next, we have Brian Roberson II, who is coming from Cypress Fairbanks. And did I pronounce your name correctly? He was a current special education teacher and coach in Cy-Fair at Cypress Lakes High School, and he is moving to the position of assistant principal at Eisenhower 9th grade school. And Mr. Roberson has a Bachelor of Science in the major of communication from Lamar University, which he received in 2009. His Master in Education is Educational Technology, which he received also at Lamar in 2010. And he brings teaching experience with him. He was a special ed teacher at Decaney High School in Spring, beginning in 2010, and Director of Residence Life at McNeese State University in Lake Charles from 2011 to 2013, and then his most recent position as special education teacher and coach in Cy-Fair from 2013 to 2016. So Mr. Roberson brings 6 years of experience with him to his new position, and he'll now be beginning his first year of experience in Aldine ISD. And did you bring anyone for us to meet tonight?
Just one or two.
Just
My wife, Jacqueline.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
My mother, Judy Williams.
Hello.
My sister, Ashley Roberson. My son, BK. And the urban cowboy, my dad.
Welcome, Mr. Roberson, and congratulations. The next staff recognition is Dale Prylo, who is moving from assistant principal at Lane School to principal at Lane School. And I see he's brought his own photographer. Mr. Prylo has a Bachelor of Science in Social Psychology as major from Park University in Missouri. He received that in 2006. He has a Master of Science in Healthcare Administration, which he received in 2008 from Trident University in California. And he has experience in the military at Prairie View A&M University from 2005-2008. Then he has Aldine experience because he's been with us as an inclusion teacher at Stovall Middle School beginning in 2008, a history teacher also at Stovall Middle School, and then he's been at Lane School since 2012 functioning as an assistant principal. So he has a total of 11 years of experience with 8 of those years in Aldine. And did you bring someone to introduce to us tonight?
Absolutely. I brought my beautiful wife, Elisa, our daughter, Kelsey, Mr. Sidibe, one of our staff members, and of course, my former boss, Regina.
Is this your new career? Congratulations, Mr. Prylo, and welcome to your family. And last but not least, we would like to recognize a change in assignment. Tammy Schuler we're announcing her in her current position at Stovall Academy, as she'll be taking over the role at principal at Greens Point Elementary. Ms. Schuler Well, that's your no, you have to stand, you have to stand. She received her Bachelor of Education in Elementary Education in 1992 from Mayville State University, and then her Master of Education in Administration and Supervision from Sam Houston State University in 2006. And she comes to us with experience outside the district, starting in 1992 at San Felipe del Rio Consolidated Independent School District, working as a 7th grade math teacher. But then she's been at the elementary in Aldine ISD, starting at Dunn as a 4th grade teacher in 1996, as an assistant principal in Spence in 2008, also an assistant principal at Jones, I'd forgotten about that, in 2010, and then back at Spence in 2012, and then of course she became principal at Stovall Academy in 2013. So now she's going to be taking over our new campus that's going to be opening in the fall. So congratulations. And did you bring someone to introduce?
No, I did
Okay, she knows the ropes. Congratulations, Ms. Schuler, and thank you very much. And those are all the recognitions that we have tonight, Ms. Avalos.
Thank you, Dr. Blender. Now it's time for committee reports on the policy and revisions. Mr. Mead?
Madam President, we have no policy revisions and no additions of it.
Now, we do have a report from the standing committees for the board. I would like to appoint the following board members to serve on the Board of Trustees standing committees. Board member committee, Paul Shanklin is the chair, with Mr. Steve Mead and Dr. Viola Garcia. The policy revisions committee, with Steve Mead as the chair, Patricia Bourgeois and Dr. Viola Garcia as members. The nominating committee, Merlin Griggs as chair, Mr. Shanklin and Mr. Rick Ogden as members. The school names committee, Dr. Viola Garcia as chair, along with Merlin Griggs and Rick Ogden. And the last committee, school site committee, with Patricia Bourgeois as chair, with Mr. Mead and Rick Ogden as members. The chair knows of no unfinished business, and under new business, an action item we have is going to be presented, I think, by Dr.
President Avalos, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blankson, and members of the board. At the January 12th board meeting, we requested that the Board of Trustees consider approving an initial salary increase for new teachers. Currently, the market value for new teachers ranges from $50,000 to $52,000 in the surrounding districts. In an effort to remain competitive during our active recruiting system, we recommended an initial salary increase of $52,000 for new teachers. The increase would obligate the district to reserve an additional $1.39 million of the budget for the 16-17 school year. Salaries for teachers with experience will be discussed at a subsequent board meeting. Teachers with experience will receive salaries greater than $52,000.
Thank you. Do we hear a motion?
I so move to accept.
Is there a second?
Garcia seconds.
We'll begin the vote with Mr. Shanklin.
Shanklin, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Mead, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Now we are at the portion of the meeting for open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. Have we had any requests to speak turned in? No. All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
She was gonna get with Dr. Bamberg and we really need to